What I learned visiting my local card show this past weekend. What's going on, sports card hobby family? Another day, another sports card video. We have made it to hump day. We are halfway through the week. I have got Pearl Jam concert on deck coming up here over the next few days. Excited about that with a wife. But today, we have got to talk about the card show, my local card show that I went to last week. Before I get started, huge thanks to today's video sponsor, COMC.com. 35 plus million cards in the database, baseball, football, basketball, non-sports, Marvel, all the little gizmos and gadgets that you are looking for, COMC.com. You can auction cards through COMC. You can grade cards through COMC. COMC, the place to be. Make sure to check out my links down below to take you there. Also, we've got the Air 23 show coming up next year in April. We're getting ahead of the game. My buddy Matthew is putting on a Michael Jordan-focused card show. Sounds really cool. It's in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, here where I am, next to UNC, of course, where Michael Jordan played basketball. It's going to be fun. Looking for exhibitors, looking for attendees. This is going to be a very unique show, something that I have never seen before. So make sure to check out the flyers. Frank, do we have the pictures of the flyers? Reach out to me. If you have questions, I'm happy to help. All right, as we know, a lot of social media when it comes to sports cards and the sports card hobby, it is focused heavily around high-end sales and around, frankly, breaks. You know, it's always about the big hit, whether we're talking about the high-end card that everybody is chasing or we're talking about maybe a high-end collector showcasing a card. Social media is dominated by these sorts of cards. But you know what really encouraged me a lot? When I was out here at my local card show this past weekend, I saw people of all ages. I saw young people that didn't necessarily have Pelican cases with $1,000 cards in it, that were just talking cards and really kind of low to mid-end type stuff, moving very easily, and young people not focused around trying to buy a high-end card. You know, just talking about cards, talking about different players with dealers. I don't know. It was just really refreshing from what I think we see. It's kind of like what you see on TV. You kind of, perception becomes reality. But sometimes you just got to get outside and touch grass. I think that's what the young people say these days. Sometimes you got to get out and just be reminded of what the real world is like, what it's going through, and what you actually see with your own two eyes. And I really like the fact that whether it was young people, teenagers, 20-somethings, you know, and people my age, they didn't necessarily feel like they had to be, you know, the big dog and buy all these expensive cards. They were out there having a great time on the lower to mid end. And honestly, that's really the foundation of the entire hobby, is how is the low to mid end doing? That's really the gauge, you know, because once you take away the low and the mid end, and then what you're just relying on huge sales, you know, the next guy to sell to the next guy, you know, for the huge sale, that's not gonna keep this thing rolling. I mean, really what is the lifeblood of sports card hobby is people that are buying singles of the low to mid end. It's the dollar boxes. It's the $5, the $10 cards. When I go back in time to 1990, when I was in card shops and I was looking to buy a card, I remember my dad bought me, I can remember one Saturday afternoon, I picked up a Beckett magazine and he bought me an 86 Topps Phil Simms card. At the time, I think it was $4. And that to me was an expensive card to buy a single card. Again, we would buy packs at $1, 89 Pro set, but to buy a single card for $4 or $5, that was like, okay, you could have got 5 packs of cards. That was the mindset back then. That's kind of what they would do too. If you're opening up 92 Fleer Ultra and you pull a Shaq rookie, you know, the dealer will give you 10 packs for it, 15 packs for it, as opposed to selling it back to them, or as opposed to live streaming it or whatever we do now, you know, all the different variety of options where you can sell cards. And so what's great about the local show is it does give you kind of a feel, because what it is really is you have local shops, local dealers that are all setting up there. So it kind of gives you the feel of many different little card shops in that show, and what's going on, the action, and what everybody's got, and what's moving, and what's trending, and what are the conversations like. And it was busy. I went there on a Saturday. Granted, that's going to be the busiest day, but it was busy, and the weather was starting to cool off. I mean, there was reason to go outside to be doing other things, and people were at this card show going bananas. And so I think that that is the thing that we really have to keep front and center. As much as I like to report on, oh, this cool sale, this rare card sold or was found, this collection found, or whatever the case may be, really the meat and potatoes behind the entire engine running is this low to mid end. And it's why I get so bothered when I see the price of new product and the hype behind new product. And again, that's what's going to dominate social media. Oh, 2024 Topps Chrome's out. Oh my God, everybody flock. Get it before it's too late. Meanwhile, you know, those singles will be on eBay in a week, in 2 weeks. Yeah, maybe not the one-of-one Superfractor, Wemby, eel skin, whatever the hell you're looking for. Maybe that one will be out of reach where 99.9% of the hobby wasn't looking for it or didn't care about it anyway. But the players that you're searching for out of that set, that new set, whether it's basketball, football, or whatever, that stuff is mega hyped on the front end. Even the singles market for a lot of that stuff is going to be mega hyped on the front end. And yeah, if you're trying to quick flip stuff, maybe you're getting that card, you're grading it, quick flipping it, fine. But if you're just trying to collect the card, and I'm really talking about who I saw at the show, and we're talking about low to mid end, as opposed to those folks needing to reach, you know, to get that new product when they typically dabble in, like I was, middle class guy growing up, kid, you know, you're buying the $5 card, you know, as opposed to reaching for a $100 hobby box and just hoping and praying. $100 hobby boxes, take it, that would be like MLB debut. That would be a cheap box. Hell, maybe for your birthday, you normally buy $1, $5 cards for your birthday. You're, you know, 13 and you're like, please, you know, I'll get this hobby box for my parents. It's $500. It'll make all my dreams come true. That's what social media is selling. That's the sale. And that's the part that really bothers me because, man, if I was a kid, I was that kid. It was just a different world. 89 Score was that set for me when I was a kid. It was $5 a pack as compared to $1 a pack for 89 Pro Set Football. You know, so 89 Score, that would have been, and actually what's funny is I did ask my parents, can I please have 89 Score football for Christmas? And for the Christmas, I think it was 1990. It was either 89 or 90, but I think it was 90. I got a factory set 89 Score supplemental set. My parents were crafty. Had the Sterling Sharp rookie card in it. It's a cool set, but it's probably a $40 or $50 box. It's a factory set. It's that subset to the 89. So when I saw that under the tree, I'm like, oh my God, I have a Barry Sanders rookie card. I got a Troy Aikman rookie card. I'm 9 years old. It's all happening for me. And it was the subset, the supplemental set, which also a great set. It's got the Bo Jackson card in it too, where it's got, you know, the big Raiders logo and he's got his pads on with the bat. There's cool cards in the set, but it was kind of like the Great Value brand, you know, the generic of 89 Score. But look, middle class family, we didn't have money for all that. And so that's where I get really fired up when I'm seeing kind of the big talk on the new product and the excitement around it. It's just because people don't really understand the values associated with the hits. You know, it's always going to be everything is a giant hit. The Topps composite football, there's a friggin' like Christian Okoye, you know, a sticker auto where that gets pulled out and it's like the reaction is like a volcano going off. And again, it's just breeding kind of people coming in, getting absolutely smoked, and then not participating. So I'm really happy to see that there's a lot of folks that are at card shows, local card shows, that are not paying attention to a lot of the social media stuff. And they're just out there doing their own thing. And I really, really like when I see young people with a binder of cards that's just got a variety of different things. And it's $1, $3, $5 cards, and they're really excited and happy about that because that makes me think of how life was when I was a kid. Before it was all about the massive, massive hit, and oh my God, we got to get into this break. It's our last chance. It's always our last chance. And then the next product comes, and it's our last chance to get in on this new product or whatever garbage. All right, friends, I kind of ranted a little bit off of the local card show experience, which, again, great. $5 for me to get in, and my 9-year-old son got in for free. So a couple of great hours where I get to go in, hang out with like-minded people, get a good vibes in the room, and it's fantastic. So hit up your local card show. Same goes for your local card shop. Go in there, strike up a conversation with those folks, whether it be other customers or with the people that own it. You know, these are small business owners. Let me know in the comments down below if you had a fun experience at a local/regional show here recently. You don't have to go to the national to have a great time at a card show. Stay healthy, stay awesome. I'll talk to you again later.